In just 2 seasons with Aston Villa, we took them to Premier League glory in the most dramatic fashion. But now our goal is to win at the Champions League. We got a taste of it last season against Real Madrid, but they humbled us and showed us the level that's needed to win it. If we want to go from being Premier League winners to Champions League winners, we're going to have to make some serious improvements to our team. But wait a minute, breaking news! Aston Villa are selling 3 of their first team players to foreign clubs. The board believes it's the perfect time to cash out now that they've won the Premier League. The project is complete. They don't believe winning the Champions League is a realistic objective. And no way, guys, it's Pau Torres leaving the club. He's joined Real Madrid. Even Jacob Ramsey has been sold. He's off to Bayern Munich. I can't believe this, guys. It's even Jack Grealish. We literally only recently signed him. He was back at the club, leading by example, and now he's going to be playing for Barcelona. What has this board done to completely ruin our project like this when we last season won the Premier League, reached the Champions League semi-finals too? It's crazy. But I'm not giving up, guys. I'm too attached to this Aston Villa team. We're going to have to rebuild from here, but I still believe we make the right transfers, we can put up a fight for the Champions League. Well, it's a new season, but the board has absolutely cooked us. Bro, I'm looking at this team, and right now it doesn't even look like we can fight for top 4. We've got the young, inexperienced Petty in that cam position. Villagine is nowhere near good enough to be a starter, and there's no depth for the centre-back positions. It feels like our project is starting once again from square one, especially since we're going to be attempting to retain our Premier League title, win the Champions League. I don't know how we're going to figure out rebuilding from here. Let's first see the kind of money we're working with. 140 million. But that's only a fraction of money the board generated from all the player sales, Champions League TV money and everything. Look at that. The board made 477 million and all they're giving us is crumbs. I know 140 million sounds big, but we've got like 3 or 4 positions that we need to strengthen. You know what, guys? The board has put us in a tough spot and it's frustrating having to rebuild our project. Hey, it's not the first time this is happening. João Felix was sold to Chelsea, if you remember. We had to figure out a way, and that's what we do. Even last season, we almost bottled the Premier League, but in the end, we figured out a way, and that's what we're going to do this season. I think first, absolutely the need is going to be another centre-back. I can't rely on just Guehi. We need someone to partner along with Tapsoba. Also, since Jacob Ramsey is gone, which is just so sad, man. We developed him so much. But yeah, we're going to need another left midfielder. And also, the question about Jesse Perry. Do we actually sign another cam to replace him? I mean, you look at his stats, 87 dribbling, 82 passing. Yeah, the shooting isn't maybe right, but we know he's got talent. Some of the goals he scored for us, absolutely insane. In fact, the reason we won the Carabao Cup was partly because of him. So I'm thinking maybe we sign a midfielder that can be backup to both Tielemans and Perry, just for squad depth purposes. But I'm kind of thinking we need to trust Perry to be the next Grealish for us. Hopefully not with the betrayal. Okay, guys, for the left midfield position, I may have an idea. And before you guys go crazy, hear me out. Marcus Rashford, 28 years old. His career is kind of going nowhere at Man United, let's be honest. But if we sign him and we can revive his career, I think it could be big for us. He's very different to what we had with Jacob Ramsey. He's more of a goal scorer. He's got that power shot plus play style, which in itself could get us a lot of goals. And if you look at his transfer fee, it's actually affordable because he's only 83 rated. I'm willing to make a bet on him. I mean, with the board having crumbled our team, these are the kind of signings we're going to have to make. Project transfers, smart acquisitions, and just hope that they work out. And okay, let's start the negotiations. I don't want to be spending too much money, so we'll start with 34 million. And well, I'm telling you, we're getting a deal on this. I really think we can just stick with 34 and get this deal done. There you go. And we've actually pulled this transfer off. Once upon a time, Man United's golden boy, rejected by that club, now going to play for Aston Villa. I'm really hoping this can work because I feel Marcus Rashford has got everything to be a superstar. And that's the first signing the Premier League champions are making this season. Well, it's good to be calling ourselves that. We still have about 100 million left. We need a centre-back, probably a midfielder too. Looks like we've got to first play the Community Shield final. Well, we're Premier League champions, FA Cup winners. But of course, we're knocking a very different team that actually won the Premier League. We're going to give Marcus Rashford his debut. I guess it's time to see how much of a downgrade our team really is right now with all the departures. Before the final, though, we've got a press conference. Tielemans is unhappy with the lack of recognition he's got from his corner deliveries. He feels that he deserves the dead ball plus play style as a reward. Oh wow, 721 likes on this. To be honest, I don't think I've ever used the play player who's been that perfect with set pieces. I think last season he had like 25 plus assists, and almost every game we were scoring from the corners. And well, you guys are absolutely right. The Elements has earned it. He's got the dead ball plus. Now I'm expecting him to give even more assists. We do have a bit of a different Villa team heading into Wembley for this Community Shield final, but I'm hoping we can play with the same intensity. One thing I'll say, I'm absolutely glad the board have kept hold of Takefusa Kubo, because without him we'd be in a really bad spot. And look at the pass he's found for Rashford through on goal on his debut. Scores against Man United, and he's doing the celebration too. The board can beat us down, but we keep fighting, boys. Come on. Also, look at who we have back in that striker position. Ollie Watkins, he's recovered from his injury, back in playing football now, and it's awesome to see as he's going through, maybe trying to get a goal back on his return off the crossbar. Ollie Watkins again, not gonna lie, I think the only reason we were able to keep hold of him is that other clubs didn't want him because of his injury. Well, it's their loss, because I'm really happy to have him. The Elements. Oh, that is a beautiful pass for Marcus Rashford, and we can do something from here. Marcus Rashford power shot in. Bro, this might be one of the craziest debuts. Guys, I think we've absolutely cooked with this transfer, because Rashford's offering us something that Jacob Ramsey never did. And also, what am I seeing? Jesse Perry with the technical plus dribbling style? I guess those few months with Jack Grealish really had an influence on him. Here goes Marcus Rashford. I can't believe the level he's showing right now. He's going to square this one for Kubo, and it's 3-0. That should be the Community Shield in the bag. That's how you start the season, boys, with a trophy. Even after the board sold so many key players, it's starting to look like we're just as strong. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Champions League is going to be a lot harder, and for that we do need to improve our defense. I do have an idea for the centre-back position. I mean, we're replacing a Spaniard in Pau Torres, who of course left for Real Madrid. Why not go for Robin Lenormand? 85 rated. I know he's 29, but yeah, it's actually perfect. We do need a player in his prime to help us win the Champions League. Oh, but that 65 pace is making me question this. He's got good play styles though. Another option we've got is 32-year-old John Stones. He's currently playing for Napoli, and you know what? I actually like this, because you look at his stats, extremely well balanced. He knows how to win the Champions League. He's done it with City. Maybe a return for him to the Premier League could be epic. He's got a bit of pace too, but of course it's the age. But to be honest, I don't think 32 is that bad. He's not going to be dropping in his overall this season at least, and I don't think we're going to have to pay that much of a fee to get him. Let's do this, boys. I'm bringing in John Stones to Aston Villa. I think because his contract's expiring with Napoli, we could get away with like a £33 million offer. That would legit be insane. Well, no, they do want 38, so we're going to have to negotiate a little bit, but we could still get a really good deal out of this, which is exactly what we're doing. I think we're also going to have to give him a wage bump to join us. 100,000 per week. I think that should be enough. Or he wants a hefty signing bonus and appearance bonus too. But hey, he's got the experience of winning Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues. I'm not surprised he's making these demands, and I'm accepting them. And let's go, boys. Stonesy is joining Aston Villa. I actually think he's a better player than Pau Torres, so maybe we've struck an upgrade for almost half the price. Now it's starting to feel like we're regaining some of our quality from last season. Well, it's the season opener of the Premier League against Liverpool, and we've got an opportunity here to test things out. Also, look at what's on Ollie Watkins' sleeve. For the first time, boys, we're rocking the Premier League Golden Badge. And I know our team is different, but I'm hoping we can keep that level up and retain our title. That would just be insane. There's Johnny Boy Stones. I still can't believe we've acquired him at Aston Villa. Seems like a fantastic signing. Watkins, and I see Marcus Rashford down this left side. He's been in tremendous form since he's joined, but he puts this one wide. Having to do a bit of defending, which we don't, and Fede Valverde punishes us. Are we starting to see some weakness in this new Aston Villa team? Okay, maybe not, because Marcus Rashford has just broken through. Finds a bit of space, and it's off the post. Oh man, we're having to do way too much defending here. Bruh. John Stones, he puts in a bad challenge, and we concede again. It's starting to feel like I'm missing Pau Torres, I'm missing Jacob Ramsey, and of course Grealish too. Because yeah, our title defense has not started off well at all. A bad challenge as well on Onana. Oh, it's a red card for Liverpool. I thought there was just the yellow. Okay, that changes things. We could actually make a comeback. Liverpool are literally a man down, man. There's no reason for us to not make a comeback. And Marcus Rashford, Rose finishing, is actually a bit mad. Still having to do a bit of defending. And now John Stones is getting into the rhythm. That's what we want to see. And he's also a really good technical footballer, so he's going to run all the way up. Run back, Crawley. That should have been 2-all. Marcus Rashford, though, has broken through. Is there support, though? He's going to go by himself. How is Alisson saving that? Well, that's the first set piece, though, we're taking with the elements with his new dead ball play style, but he can't make the most of it. Ollie Watkins could score his first goal back from his injury, and he gets it. That's the equaliser. Come on. Unfortunately, there was no time to get the winner. I really feel like we've dropped a couple of points here. Liverpool were literally a man down for the entire game, and they still managed to hang on. Bro, what a stinky start we've had to our Premier League title defense. We're literally 14th, just 1 point from our first 2 games. We've still got like 64 million to spend, which I'm thinking we can use to get a midfielder in for squad depth. But before we make that transfer, I at least want to secure our first Premier League win of the season. And we're playing Lookman for this game, and maybe he could help us get that, but what a save. Kubo's got the ball. He could whip it across, and it's looking perfect at Lookman with the header. Gotta say, man, we are blessed to have both Lookman and Watkins at the club. They both offer something different, and they both perform well on the pitch. What a finish from Lookman. Well, defensively, it seems like we've just been opened up, and from that angle, how have they scored? Well, there goes our advantage. Jesse Perry holding on to it really nicely, but he ran out of options there, so he's going to try and dribble all by himself. And oh, that's a cheeky finish. What a goal from Perry. Okay, why is our defense just not completely there? This is horrendous, yeah. We need to get away from this situation, and Tapsoba does brilliantly. This is where we need like one more goal to just feel safe. Okay, we could finally get that goal here if we find Marcus Rashford properly, which we have. And Rashford, he is so good with that finish. I feel like we've done this, 3 or 4 times in this episode already. And that's got us our first 3 points of the season. Even though we got our first Premier League win of the season, I'm not confident with our team. I think Rashford's come in and done a great job. Stones has been okay. I think he still needs time to adapt, but I'm feeling we're lacking something in that midfield. Maybe Jesse Perry. It's too early to trust him. Do we need someone better in that position? It's a really tough decision to make, but we do have almost 64 million to sign a cap. But we gotta make that decision quick, man. It's the transfer deadline day. I really can't decide, boys. Champions League's gonna be starting soon, and we need this team ready by then. You know what? I'm gonna leave this decision up to you guys. What do you think? Do we trust the young Jesse Perry, who continues to improve, get better? I know he literally scored in our last game, but can he keep doing it game after game? I know he's developed the technical plus play style. Also, the potential seems to be there. In 6 weeks, he should be up to an 80 overall. Do we take a chance? The thing is, we're going for the Champions League. We need the best, so it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments what should be done on transfer deadline day.